Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope I've reached you in a positive moment. For those of you that are joining for the first time, this channel is about all things business, more specifically, my experience with small business and whatever I can do to help you start, run, and grow your small business, and a little bit of commentary and business news as well. So let's get started. I skimmed the article today and came across some of Google's earnings and their parent company, Alphabet, which owns YouTube. And they hadn't been disclosing their revenue, but suddenly they've disclosed it, and it's $15.2 billion. And their other company, Search&, they bring in $98.1 billion. You say, well, I'm a small business. How does this relate to me? Well, you use Google and you probably use YouTube for promotions for your business. However you're using these platforms for your business, you probably should be using them. And don't think that them disclosing this, because before they weren't disclosing what they were making. They came up under a lot of scrutiny. Under 48 states, they were saying, hey, disclose this. We need to know if you guys are a monopoly. We need to know what you guys are making and stuff like this. So they started disclosing it. And this is not including some things. This is leaving out some revenue. Okay. So 15.2 billion, 98.1 billion with a B. This is what these companies have made. Now, what I want you to make the distinction in is when you're a small company, you may be selling clothes and accessories to clothes and things like that now. But later on down the line, you may want to start making furniture. You may want to become start managing properties. Who knows? This is your life. You're following your dreams. But not all industries. So looking at Google. So you got Google, and then they have a parent company, and then they have all these other sub companies, and then they went and bought up all these other companies that were already going. They let these companies keep their names, and they pretty much just sucked them up under their umbrella. So when you're looking at small business, you may not see yourself, at that level, or you can't picture it. You cannot picture, your main company and sub companies. What if your daughter or your son is into something and you guys start a business as it relates to something that they are interested in? They can't be named all the same thing. You guys are going to be you're going to be starting these companies up and naming them different things. They all may be related because it's just one person doing all of this stuff, but they all have their separate names and their separate corporate stuff and earning stuff that goes directly with that particular entity that you've created. So even though we're talking about billions of dollars and multi-billion-dollar companies, I want you to relate it back to yourself. Yes, you may be starting a restaurant. Okay. You may, like I say, you may be selling clothes and things like that. But later on down the line, you may get interested, or you may already be interested in a totally different industry. Or it may be the same industry, but doing different things, different processes. And so you'll name them different things. You'll incorporate, you'll do all of this stuff over again. So you did it once, you may do it over again. You may do it over again. But I want you to see the separation. It's beneficial for accounting purposes. It's beneficial for all types of different purposes. But accounting purposes is beneficial for just the naming alone. And it separates each thing that you're doing. So I know you maybe hear people, are you a jack of all trades and a master of none? No. You're mastering all of these trades. Don't let people tell you this mess. You can do more than one thing. Okay. You may need a You will need an incredible team to pull this off, but you can do more than one thing. So yes, you are somewhere frying food and cooking food and serving and delivering and getting the word out about your restaurant. You may have just opened it, or you may have just opened your boutique. You may be just opened your spa or your barbershop, beauty shop, your manicure shop, whatever. And yes, this is a thing that you do, but you're interested. You may want to make furniture. You may want to develop some new technology or app, or you may have a new invention that you have to get a patent on. Don't sit there and think to yourself, oh, I can't do all of this stuff. I'm just going to, I can't pull all of this stuff off, and I'm just going to focus on making this chicken, I'm just, or whatever it is you're doing. No, it may take you 5 years. It may take you 20 years to pull it off. But learn from these big companies. This is why I scour business news. Some of these articles I get into, and some of them I just skim. And what I try to do is pull out the lessons that we all can learn at the small business level, because we're not like these huge corporations and things like that yet. That may be aspirations for some of us, and some of us may be like, no, I never really want to go there. I can have a bunch of different stuff going on, but at a small and a local level, and that's fine. That's totally fine. But you can learn something from the processes that these big companies use. And we have to use big companies like Google and YouTube and things. These are excellent promotional tools, to push your business forward. I don't even see how you're going to do anything without like a website and your Facebook and a YouTube, at least just an introduction YouTube page telling the world what you do and where you're located and how they can find you and contact you. And some updates, day in the life of cooking, baking, whatever. See, YouTube and these different platforms give us an opportunity to post this ad stuff and spread it all across Twitter, this and that. And these are great mediums for us as small businesses. But it's also good to look at them and see how much money they're making off of us. Because even if they're giving us money and we're making money on YouTube, they're making money too. And as we see, to the tune of $15.2 billion. Okay. So going forward, I would suggest, checking out the industry that you're in, checking out that news, local and then national, and then maybe even international if you're thinking that big. Okay. So until next time, I hope everything you touch turns to gold.